We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Political power shifts, protection for same-sex marriage, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Republicans took their 218th House seat, enough to take control of the chamber with a thin majority and split power in Washington. In the race that put the GOP over the top, Representative Mike Garcia, Republican in California, beat a challenge by Democrat Christy Smith in a California district President Biden carried easily in 2020. Republicans only needed to flip 5 seats to win back control of the House, which they narrowly managed to do despite falling short of the red wave that had been expected. Democrats held on to their majority in the Senate, where they have 50 seats, to the Republicans' 49, with Senator Raphael Warnock, Democrat from Georgia, facing GOP challenger Herschel Walker in a December runoff. The Senate voted Wednesday to advance a bill seeking to allow federal protection for same-sex marriage. The measure had bipartisan support to avoid a filibuster and is expected to pass by the end of the week. Supporters said the marriage equality bill would provide relief to same-sex and mixed-race couples who fear they could lose their rights, despite the fact that the Supreme Court made it very clear that the Dobbs decision affected only abortion rights. Democrats have pushed the idea that other groups could be losing what they consider their rights under this conservative Supreme Court. Thus far, there has been no evidence to support this argument, and Supreme Court justices have stated that the decision was only related to Roe v. Wade. This legislation unites Americans, said Senator Tammy Baldwin, Democrat from Wisconsin, the only senator who identifies as a lesbian. Several Republicans decided to support the legislation after Baldwin, Senator Susan Collins, Republican from Maine, and several other senators proposed an amendment addressing religious freedom. The House would have to pass the bill again with the religious freedom provisions added. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell won a secret ballot election to stay on as the Republican leader in the Senate, surviving a challenge from Senator Rick Scott. McConnell said he was pretty proud of the 37-10-1 victory. It was the first time anyone challenged him in his 15 years as leader of the GOP conference. He is now on track to become the longest-serving Senate party leader in the nation's history. I don't own this job. Anybody who wants to run for it can feel free to do so, McConnell said. I'm not in any way offended by having an opponent or having a few votes in opposition. McConnell's victory is an indication that moderate Republicans are asserting control of the party, and it also shows the party is not beholden to Donald Trump, who pushed for McConnell to be replaced. Starbucks workers seeking better pay and conditions planned walkouts at more than 100 U.S. stores. Workers in 25 states are participating in the strike, according to organizers. The Starbucks Workers United labor action, the biggest since the start of a campaign last year to unionize Starbucks workers, is happening on Starbucks' annual Red Cup Day, a busy day when the coffee chain gives free reusable cups to customers who buy special holiday drinks. The union says it hopes the walkouts will shut down affected stores. Starbucks, which has more than 9,000 company-owned U.S. outlets, has opposed the efforts to unionize its employees, saying it's best for everyone when it deals directly with its workers. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Audible, Amazon Music, and wherever you find podcasts.